So, over the last decade, I've dedicated my life doing one thing, and that is mentoring the next generation of business leaders, lecturing subjects in the ICA, ACCA, and other professional qualification programs, being involved in the qualification of hundreds, if not thousands, of students over the last decade. And on the podcast today, I want to share with you some core qualities of the top students that I have come across as a lecturer over the last decade, because it's important you understand that success leaves clues. And so I have had people who come and then boom, they pass the examination. I've had people who come, first attempt, they don't pass, and then the second attempt of a certain paper, and then boom, they pass the examination. Within the shortest possible time, they are chartered accountants and they take their lives to the next level. I've had people also coming in and after writing the exam for a number of times and they are not able to get a pass that they want or the results that they want, they just go do something else because they are like, oh, this thing is not for me. But what I think is that success leaves clues. And if success leaves clues, then it is important we know the qualities of the top people who actually have done this in record time. And over the last decade, I've gathered a number of qualities of these top students that I want to share with you on the podcast today. Now, if you're watching this and you are on the journey yourself, let me know what are some of the qualities that you have acquired, which has positioned you to ensure that you end this journey or you progress on this journey as quickly as possible and become a chartered accountant as early as possible. So let's get into the discussion. So the first quality of the top students that I have come across over the last decade will be mindset. Listen, success is 90% mindset, 10% mechanics. The way a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so one of the things that I have done over the last decade is making sure that I instill into my students the right mindset so that they will have the best perspective. And so mindset is very important because the top students that I've come across, they see the qualification as a strategic qualification which they must finish in record time. I've had students who come to me and they are like, Nhyira, how can I finish this as soon as possible? Because I think I can do this as soon as possible. Yes, I have seen people, I have heard people who are on the journey over 10 years, over 5 years before they become chartered accountants. But I don't have that time, Nhyira. What must I do? How must I position myself? How I want to finish this as fast as possible because I know I can. And so the first quality of top students over the last decade is mindset. And this cuts across every aspect of life. If you want to become successful, if you want to achieve anything in your life, it is important you have the right mindset. You can pray, you can fast, you can drink anointing oil, you can go to the mountains and pray, you can do whatever the heck it is that you think you can do. But if you don't have the right mindset, there is not going to be any synchronization and you cannot do anything in life. And so to everyone on this journey, one thing I want you to know about is you need to have the right mindset. Don't see the ICA examination, the ACCA examination, the SEMA examination, or whatever professional qualification examination as a tough examination, a difficult examination. Yes, the pass rate on the average may not be encouraging, but you have to look at the other side of the coin. Yes, there are people struggling to pass the examination, but there are also people who come in and boom, they pass the examination and take their life to the next level. What we do as humans is focusing on the negative side of the discussion and never look at the other side. Yes, the average pass mark may be 30%, 40%. And so people are like, oh, look at the number of people failing. The exam is difficult. The exam is challenging. Okay, how about looking at the other 30% who passed the examination? How about looking at the other 40% who passed the examination and ask yourself, what did these people do? How did these people approach the examination to make them pass the examination? So the mindset is very important if you want to become successful on this journey and if you want to achieve anything at all in life. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, So easy. If you think it is difficult, yes, it's going to be difficult. If you think it is impossible, yes, it's going to be impossible. If you think it cannot be done, yes, it cannot be done. If you think everybody is failing, so you too, you will fail, yes, you're going to fail. So having the right mindset is very important because that is the starting point. The beauty of mindset is that nobody can have it for you. You can listen to motivational messages, you can read books, you can have a mentor, you can do whatever it is, but it is a point you reach in your life where you are like, yeah, this thing that I want to do, I can do it. It's not difficult. I can change my life. I can transform my destiny. I can change the outcome of my life. It is something that nobody can do for you. I can intercede and pray for you. I can fast for you. I can advise you. I can motivate you. I can inspire you to go on a journey, but I cannot think for you, because when you are alone by yourself on your bed at night, I am not there with you. Nobody is there with you. Your mentor is not there with you. The conversation that goes on in your mind tells the outcome of your life. And so if you are going to become successful, the first thing you want to fix is to have a right mindset. And the positive mindset is what has shaped the life of my top students. Because having the right mindset means you know the importance of the qualification, you understand the importance of this examination. It is not just about, having a CA at the end of your name, but you understand the value that it adds to your life and how you become marketable in the marketplace. And so having that mindset helps you so you can do this in record time. I tell people every time, I've been in the game over a decade. So whatever story there is, I've heard it. I've heard people, and they are like, oh, the ICA exam there, you just have to keep writing. Every semester, just keep writing. You don't know the semester you're going to pass. No. If you're going to approach this with that mindset, may I suggest to you, you're going to lose. This is not something that you just keep writing because you have to write. You have to have the right mindset that I want to finish this in record time. And so I am ready to do whatever it takes legitimately to become successful. And that is a mindset. Prayers alone cannot deliver you. Drinking anointing oil will not stop you. Going to pray on a mountain is not going to deliver you. It's a way you think in your heart. So that is the core quality that I want you to build as an individual. Yes, it's applicable to you becoming a chartered accountant, but it works in all other aspects of life. If you have the wrong mindset about relationship, you will never be successful in relationship. If you have wrong mindset about marriage, you will not have a successful marriage. If you have a wrong mindset about money, you will never make money in your entire miserable life. If you have a wrong mindset about how things are done in the world, you will never see any joy or progress around you. So mindset is a crucial tool you must have in your toolbox if you want to become successful. And this is the starting point that sets everything apart. The second quality of my top students is discipline. Listen to me. Dreams are free, but the price must be paid. Let's take that again. Dreams are free, but the price must be paid. Yes, you may have a dream, you may have an aspiration. Hey, by the end of this year, I want to be a chartered accountant. Hey, by the end of this year, I want to have X amount. By the end of this year, I want to... Yeah, you can dream as big as the ocean, but the dream is not going to come by itself. You have to do something to make that dream come to pass. And the way you put yourself there is to discipline yourself. And that is something that I see in my top students, the high level of discipline. I've had students who will be flying around, working around different time zones, but they are doing their assignments, doing performance evaluation tests, asking questions, jumping on a call with me. Discipline, doing what they have to do legitimately in order for them to pass the examination. You see, you cannot make excuses if you want to make any progress in life. You cannot make excuses if you want to achieve anything significant in life. There is a popular quote that says that if you have not achieved something before, you must be willing to do what you have not done before. If you have not achieved something before, you must be willing to do what you have not done before. That is important. So discipline is key. Discipline is learning to have a steady plan. Discipline is participating in assignments, doing performance evaluation tests, joining lectures, watching playback, asking questions, solving questions. That is discipline. Discipline means doing what must be done at the time that is required without giving yourself excuses. Over the last decade, I've watched people with a lot of excuses that I cannot even make sense of myself. Because there are people who will give excuses. Oh, and my mother, and my this, and my that, and my job. I didn't close from work early, and my this, and nobody cares about your excuses. You see, I can empathize with you that yes, you have to go through a lot. I can empathize with you that you are married, you have to take care of your house, you have to take care of your children, you are working, you are doing this. But the ICA, the ACCA exam committee doesn't sit down and say, oh, by the way, our students are busy people, so let's set the question in such a way that they can answer. No! So nobody cares about how busy or not you are. If you are going to do this, you have to discipline yourself. And that will mean you have to make some sacrifices. Sacrifices in what? A lot. The number of hours you're going to sleep, the outings you will have, the people you can spend time with. You have to make some sacrifices. You cannot achieve this thing by behaving like everybody is behaving. And like I said, I know I can empathize with you, but empathy doesn't get the job done. Empathy will not bring that dream to pass. So you have to come out of excuses. And that is one core quality I have identified in my top students. The discipline they have. Yes, they are busy. Yes, they have family responsibilities. Yes, they have work schedules, but remember the mindset, they want to finish this in record time. And so what must they do? They make the necessary sacrifice. They don't give themselves excuses, and they do what must be done in order for them to become successful. My question to you is this: how disciplined are you? There are many people who have dreams, who have aspirations, who have visions on what they want to achieve, but will take forever to achieve it. You need to discipline yourself. Listen, I say this always. I don't really celebrate if somebody comes and tell me that, oh, it's been 10 years or 50 years or whatever the heck years. They are now chartered accountants. Let's clap for them. Yeah, it's good. You've achieved that goal, but that doesn't inspire me. All right? Because you don't have to take 10 years to do this. You don't need 5 years to do this. You can do this in 2 years. Heck, you can do it in 1 year. The question is, how disciplined are you? What is the sacrifice you are willing to make? And that is something that distinguishes the best from everybody else. That is something that distinguishes the top students from everyone else. Discipline. So if you want to pass your examination, if you want to take your life to the next level, if you want to become successful, the most important thing you need to look out for is having the right mindset. Once you fixed your mindset, the next thing is to be disciplined. You need to stop the excuses, because nobody, absolutely nobody, cares about your excuses. The only thing that you are being requested is, this is the task at hand, you have to do it. So how disciplined are you? Listen, I don't want you to give yourself excuses, because excuses are comfortable. Oh, I'm going to do it today. Oh, tomorrow I'll do it. Next week I'll do it. There are some of you preparing to sit for the examination, but you have not been studying. And every day you keep giving yourself excuses. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, today I had busy schedule at work. This weekend, I was busy throughout. Nya, 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 nya. And you're going to wait a week to the exam, 2 weeks to the exam, then you take one miserable leave like that from your company, causing financial loss to your company, then you come and sit down. Then that is where you're going to try to attend all manner of intervention class, trying to magically put things together. You will go and fail the exam. Sometimes I wonder how people think. You have been doing this and you are failing the exam, but you still keep on doing it. How are you thinking? Because I see people and I tell them, hey, listen, what you are doing, there is only one outcome, and that is you're going to fail the exam. And it's not because I am prophesying your doom. No, it's because what you are doing will just make you fail the exam. The examination has reached a level that you need to have a high level of understanding of the syllabus. You need to have a high level of understanding of the context of the question. You need to have a high level of understanding of the structure of the entire examination. You need to be able to work with speed and accuracy. And these things, you don't work at them under pressure. 1 week to the exam, 3 weeks to the exam. No, you work over a period, minimum 12 weeks. So discipline is very important if you want to become successful. Quality number 3 of my top students is support. One of the things that I've seen in my top students is the support that they have, especially from home. And this is very important because you see, no matter how determined you are, if you don't have a good support system around you, it is not going to go anywhere. So there are many people who have dreams, who have aspirations, but their dreams and aspirations have been shielded, and it appears that it's becoming impossible for them to pursue their goal. So support is key. This is where we are talking about support from maybe your parents or from your spouse, right? Your husband, your wife, support from your friend, support from your workplace. All of these will make the journey easier or difficult. And so support is very important. There are people who are not supported by their spouse. And it's funny. I've had students where we are on a call, private class, right? High ticket students. So we are on a call. And then the husband is taking care of the children. There are sometimes we are on the call and then the daughter will come and sit by her and she's on her iPad doing her own thing. And there are times she shares moments with me. She's like, hey, Nhyira, my daughter was asking me whether I didn't have any assignment, whether Nhyira didn't give me any assignment. That's the environment of support, because